I'm standing in the rain, staring at my sister Emily, drunk and screaming outside my apartment at 1 a.m. Her mascara's running, her voice breaking as she yells, "You ruined us, Jake! You broke our family!" She swings at me, sloppy, missing by a mile, then collapses, sobbing on the curb. Neighbors peek out, their windows glowing in the dark. I could walk away, let her drown in her mess. But that's not where this story starts. That's where it ends. Let me take you back to when I thought family meant everything before I learned it could cost me my soul. I'm Jake Miller, 32. Just a guy punching numbers at an accounting firm in Chicago. Sounds decent, but it's not a gold mine. My day job barely covers rent for my cramped apartment, student loans, and groceries. It's a squeeze. To send money to my family, I grind. Hard, after 8 hours at a desk, I'm out there hustling. Driving Uber till 2 a.m., dodging drunks, praying my car doesn't die, running DoorDash, hauling tacos and pizza across town, chasing 3 tips. Weekends, I sling beers at a dive bar, scrubbing sticky tables till sunrise. It's brutal 70-hour weeks, eyes burning, body begging for rest. But I did it, not for me, for them. My parents, Tom and Linda and Emily. I thought I was their rock. Turns out I was their sucker. Growing up, I was the fixer. No praise, no spotlight, just the guy who got it done. Emily, though, she was the star. Mom and Dad glowed when she walked in. "Emily's got a family now," they'd boast. "She's making us proud." Me? Just Jake, the single guy with no real responsibilities. So when they started asking for cash, I didn't blink. A couple hundred for Dad's car repair. 500 for Emily's kids' daycare. "You're a lifesaver, Jake," Mom would say, all warm and fuzzy. I'd nod, thinking I was keeping us together. Family first, right? But family first turned into Jake last. The calls kept coming. Mom needed groceries. Emily's husband, Brian, was between jobs. So I paid their rent. Every month, a new crisis. I'd send them money, even if it meant skipping my own bills or living on ramen. I was running on fumes, juggling my day job and side gigs. But I didn't complain. I thought they needed me to survive. I was wrong, they were living large. On my dime. It slammed me one morning at a diner. I was wiped, fresh off a midnight Uber shift, when I overheard Karen, a family friend, gossiping nearby. "Tom and Linda are geniuses," she said. "They've got a savings account for Emily, all from Jake's cash. They're even scoping out a condo for her downtown." My gut twisted. A savings account? A condo? The money I'd sent for bills wasn't for their struggles. It was building Emily's empire. My sister, with her husband, her kid, her cushy life while I was killing myself to pay off a 1-bedroom dump. I had to know. I called my bank, heart racing, and demanded the numbers. 50 grand. 50. Zero funneled to an account in Emily's name over 2 years. $50,000. Every late-night ride, every greasy delivery, every bar shift, every dream I buried gone. Then I hacked Mom's old email desperate times. Right? There it was. A thread with a realtor. "Jake's money will cover the deposit," Mom wrote. "Emily deserves her own place. That Hawaii trip last month was thanks to him too." I stared, my chest caving in. They were buying her a house, jetting off to paradise, all with my sweat, while I worked nights, eating noodles to keep my own lights on. I sat there, flashing back to every red-eye Uber fare, every spilled beer I cleaned up, every plan I ditched to help family. They didn't just take my money, they took my life. And they figured I'd never catch on. Thought I'd keep grinding, keep giving, keep being their chump. I got proof a week later at O'Hare Airport. I was lugging a backpack to a cheap flight for a work trip me one break after months of hustle. Then I heard Emily's laugh, sharp and smug. I turned, and there they were. Mom, Dad, Emily, her kid, decked out in designer travel gear, lined up for first class. First, damn, class. They were off to Hawaii, rocking matching sunglasses, grinning like kings. I froze, my budget ticket crumpling in my fist. Mom's words stabbed me. "Jake wouldn't get a trip like this," she said, chuckling. "He's too busy working." Emily smirked. "Yeah, he'd probably moan about the cost." They laughed, blind to me 20 feet away, my blood boiling. Every dollar I'd sent, every night I'd skipped sleep, roared in my head. I wanted to storm over, scream, make them feel my hurt, but I didn't. I watched them board their fancy flight, their voices fading as the gate shut. That's when it hit. I wasn't their son, their brother. I was their cash cow, and I was done. I didn't confront them right off. I let it burn, like a fire I couldn't douse. On my flight, stuffed in a middle seat, I swore, no more. No more side gigs for their bills. No more missing my life. I'd spent years thinking I was their lifeline. Turns out I was just the guy they drained dry. Back in Chicago, I stopped sending cash. Full stop. My phone lit up like crazy within days. Mom's voicemails started sweet. "Jake, honey, we're short this month. Can you help?" Emily texted, "Hey, Liam's school fees are due. You got us?" I ignored them, letting their messages pile up like spam. And damn, it felt good. They didn't let it go. 2 weeks later, Dad called. No nonsense. "Jake, what's this crap about cutting us off?" he barked. "Your mom's a wreck. Emily's kid needs stuff. Man up." I laughed, cold. Man up? Like I've been doing. Driving drunks at 3 a.m. while you stash my money for Emily? "Where's the 50-0 I sent, Dad?" "Oh, Reither's savings account. Or that condo you're plotting." Dead silence. Then he stammered, "It's not what you think. We were just planning for her." I cut him off. "With my 50-0, while I'm busting my ass to pay rent. You thought I'd never find out, huh?" He sputtered, but I hung up. My hands shook, but I felt free, like I'd just kicked a door down. Emily came next, a storm at my door. She pounded hard, yelling before I even opened it. I let her in, ready for the show. Her face was flushed, eyes wild. "What's wrong with you, Jake? You're screwing us over some petty grudge." I stayed cool, which pissed her off more. "Petty?" I said, tossing bank statements on the counter. "Here's 50-0 I sent for bills. Your savings account says different. And Mom's emails about your condo? Real slick, Em." She froze, mouth flapping. Then she tried the soft sell. "Jake, you don't get it. Mom and Dad, they pushed me to be perfect. I didn't want this. I almost bought it, almost." But that airport smirk flashed back. "You didn't say no," I said. "You took my 50-0 and laughed. You don't get to cry now." She lost it, lunging at me, screaming, "You're a selfish bastard!" I dodged, heart pounding, but kept steady. "Maybe, but I'm done being your bank." She tore out, slamming the door so hard my neighbor's dog freaked. I stood there, catching my breath, but I didn't chase her. For once, I wasn't cleaning up their mess. It fell apart fast. Without my money, their castle crumbled. Mom called, sobbing, saying the bank was swooping in on their house. "Jake, we're your parents!" she cried. "How can you do this?" I didn't budge. "You did this," I said. "You picked Emily's future over mine. Deal with it." I hung up, my throat tight but my mind clear. Then came a twist I didn't see. A month later, I was leaving the bar after a late shift, stinking of cheap beer, when Brian pulled up in his truck. He looked beat, eyes sunken. "Jake, we gotta talk," he said, voice low. I braced for a fight, but he dropped a bomb. "I didn't know," he said. "The money, the savings account, the condo, I had no clue. Emily said you were just pitching in. I found out last week, and I'm leaving her." I stared, floored. Brian, who I thought was in on it, was blindsided too. He showed me texts, Emily, begging him to keep quiet. swearing she'd fix it. "She's breaking," he said. "Your parents are selling their house. Emily's burned through her 50, to cover their debts. I'm done." He looked at me, half broken. "I'm sorry, man. I should have seen it." I nodded, speechless. He drove off, his truck fading into the Chicago night. Their little scam was over and I wasn't playing anymore. But Emily wouldn't quit. That's how we got to that rainy night, her screaming outside my place, drunk and desperate. "You ruined us!" she wailed, swinging wild, collapsing in tears. I could have left her there, let her crash, but I didn't. I hauled her up, got her into my car, and drove her to Brian's. He opened the door, face grim, and took her without a word. As I walked away, her sobs echoed in the rain. I kept going. After that, silence. No calls, no texts, no pleas. Word got around, Mom and Dad sold their house, moved to a rundown rental on the edge of town. Emily and Brian were done. She was couch, surfing, her perfect life trashed. They'd built it all on my 50, and when I pulled the plug, it crashed. Me? I started living. I booked that Japan trip I dreamed of, cherry blossoms, ramen, the works. I fixed up my apartment, got a couch that doesn't sag, even a coffee machine that makes me feel fancy. I'm dating Mia, who laughs at my dumb jokes and doesn't care about my wallet. My paychecks are mine now. No more late-night transfers. No more putting them first. I'm not rich, but I'm free. Sometimes I think about them. Mom's probably crying. Dad's nursing a beer. Emily's posting sad quotes online. Part of me wonders if I should check in, see if they've learned. But then I remember the airport, Emily's smirk, the 50 they hid. They didn't just take my money, they took my trust. That's not something you get back. Last week, Mom sent a letter, shaky, tear-stained. "Jake, we're sorry," it said. "We didn't mean to hurt you. We're struggling. Please call." I read it, smirked, and tossed it in the trash. I wasn't mad. I wasn't guilty. I was done. I stepped onto my balcony, Chicago's skyline glowing below. For the first time in years, I wasn't carrying their load. I was carrying mine, and it felt like freedom.